Hey everybody, it's Charlie and Chris with Daily Motor, and today we are driving Cadillac's CT4 V Blackwing. We've driven this car before, but we've got a chance to do it again on some proper summer rubber. Last time we had it in the snow, on winter tires, a little bit different nature for this car. And we've also got it out on the racetrack today. We are at Gingerman Raceway here in South Haven, Michigan. Feeling some of the wind, feeling some of the track experience. We're gonna go get some fuel in the car right now, talk a little bit about it, and then take it out on track, and then wrap up our thoughts with it at the end of the week. And when we're back at DMHQ and have a little bit less wind in your ears, we'll do more of the walk around of the car in general.
Lots of wind.
Why
is it so windy out here?
Probably Lake Michigan being close by.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it also is just a very windy weekend right now because yesterday was windy out where we were. It's storming, but it's been no problem for the car, keeping it nice and cool here on track. And we've actually been pretty darn happy with it on track because we had a CT5 V Blackwing earlier this year, and that thing was a menace, especially to society. It was actually kind of docile on track, but driving it around town,
yeah,
it's obnoxious. This is very golden retriever, sort of just approachable, fun little car.
Yeah, I like the vibes and the energy of this car better when you're on track. Obviously, overall, I prefer the 5.
Do you?
Because it's, I do. Just because it's just like an animal. But I like this car a lot. I mean, both the Blackwing cars are phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll be curious for you to spend some time in this car, in the dry, in the warmth, in some normal driving, and see how much you really do prefer it.
Yeah.
Or prefer the 5 compared to this. If more V6s were like this, I'd be okay with more V6s.
Yeah.
This is a pretty great motor. Not much turbo lag. It really responds well. It's not the quietest car, but the ride is quite good, I've been noticing. And this isn't 100% like our normal reviews where you're getting Chris's and my raw first impressions. I've spent a few days and a few hundred miles in this car already. Chris has driven it on track, and we've also driven the car in general before.
Yep.
It is a bit strange though, because you and I just got done driving a ton of BMWs.
Yeah.
And then I flew home and got into this, and I was like,
You should have seen. I flew home and I landed before Charlie, and we pulled into the parking area where the cars sit, and there's this Cadillac here, and then there's the Hyundai Santa Fe, which I ended up taking up, and I was like, how funny would that be if I just took the Cadillac?
Oh, I'd be furious.
I was like, I don't think I want to mess with Charlie that bad today, so I didn't. But
that would be some proper top tier
I know.
Yeah.
But no, with that being said, you were like, oh, we spent so much time in it. I still was really, really looking forward to getting back into this car because it's been about a year. Like you said, it was on snow tires, and I remember really liking it. But back then, I didn't know that this had no lift shift.
Oh.
So I was driving it hard around and I was driving it normally.
Chris really enjoys no lift shift.
It's so cool.
For those of you who are not familiar with that, it's where you can. So my foot stayed hard on the accelerator all the way down, and I simply pushed in the clutch, shifted gears, and released the clutch, and the engine.
Yeah. So what it does is it I was gonna say it like changes the timing when you're in between gears, so it doesn't over rev the car.
Yep.
But it keeps the revs up. So then when you go into your next gear, you're already at boost. Yeah. Yep. So that helps.
I like the color spec of this interior too. I like the bit of white with the red stitching. It's not overly busy.
Yeah, we had this in the blue car too.
Did we?
Yeah,
okay.
we did.
Yeah, it's kind of cool with the off-white exterior as well.
Yeah.
I also like having physical controls for all this because I did get into the car at about 11:30 at night, and everything's super easy and straightforward. Literally just press what you want and drive. Today, Alyssa and I were driving out here, and we had some HVAC on, and just, if you want that one a little bit warmer, you just do that. It's very straightforward.
How is the AKG?
Don't know, haven't listened to it.
What? You said you drove it out here. You didn't play music?
No.
I guess just not. Oh, you just drove in silence?
Yeah. No, we chatted with each other about life.
Oh.
Yeah. It is a bit frustrating that you have to press rev match every time you get in the car. Like, it doesn't just stay on from time to time. It also doesn't go on even if you like put it into V mode or track mode or anything. I was coming down the back stretch at Gingerman.
Oh,
and
no.
I went from 4th to 3rd, and I was like, I had to like press rev match while I'm braking. I don't mind this interior. I just don't I'm not in love with it either.
I was just thinking, they make this car, they just make a regular CT4. So
Yeah.
people buy CT4 base models and just drive them.
Yes. Not many people, but
Yeah.
some people. Probably GM, family members of GM employees.
Right, because there's the CT4 V.
Yes.
Also,
Which we also liked.
Which we liked, yeah. No, that car was fine. That was a 4-cylinder, wasn't it? 4-cylinder turbo.
Yeah, 2.7, I think.
Yeah, I remember liking that car.
Yeah,
decently.
it's a good motor, that 2.7.
But yeah, I was just thinking, like, this car in non-Blackwing form, I would have zero desire to own it.
Really?
Yeah, I would have
Even
no
sporty
desire.
sedan?
Maybe a V, maybe a like a regular V with the 4-cylinder turbo. But also, like, I would just rather go German with a car this size.
So you'd rather have a 3 Series over this?
Yes, I would. 3 Series. I would maybe pick it over a similar Audi or an equivalent Audi. But what would this compare to?
A4.
A4. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I haven't driven an A4, so I guess I can't say for sure. And I haven't driven the new C-Class, so I guess the only thing I would pick over it would be a 3 Series.
Yeah, we need to get that new C-Class. We've been asking for it for a bit, but we have spent a lot of time in the 3 Series, and I too would take the 3 Series. There are things I like about this car better than the 3 Series, though. Like
physical controls.
Yes.
Yeah, they got rid of everything for the facelifted 3 Series.
new
We just
iDrive
drove
8.
that, yeah.
Yep.
And there's nothing left in that car. It's just like the i4. I mean, it's the same.
But do you see how getting into this, like, just the materials are not what the 3 Series is at all. In fact, that Santa Fe probably feels about as nice as this does.
Yeah, Santa Fe's quite nice. It's got quilted leather.
Yeah.
And it drives itself.
The tires are a little bit loud, but you kind of pay for that with them it being very capable on track, which we'll see here in a little bit. You do have the features you need. You got your heated, cooled seats, heated steering wheel that works nicely.
Ah, yes, but can you?
No. And not only that, but the lights are the same color. So Alyssa went here to turn her heated seat on and pressed the cooled seat, and she said, "Is that heat?" And I'm like, "No, that's cooling." And she's like, "But it's orange." I'm like, "Yeah, I see why you'd be confused here."
No, that is a fair assumption. Usually,
Cadillac can't be bothered to install, or a blue.
Or blue, yeah, blue or green to let you know that it. I mean, or obviously heat is always orange.
Yeah,
or red.
Red and blue is what would make sense, or at least color the icons.
Yeah.
It's kind of a vague. Do you want bacon on your back, or do you want to listen to a fan?
Only fans, or
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
All right, well, we are going to head out on track. We'll talk a little bit about the capabilities of this on a racetrack and then wrap up our time with it after that. You noticed in Cadillacs how there's about a half-second delay from when you push the seat adjustment to when the seat actually adjusts?
I know mostly because you've told me about it.
Yeah, that's a big bothersome thing for me. And another thing. The screen buzzes on this car. So like when you're just driving around peacefully at night, you just hear an electronic like bzzz.
Oh, I don't do that because I listen to music.
Oh yeah, you always have music playing.
I always have music.
That's interesting.
It's my generation. We always listen to music.
All goofy jokes aside, this car has been a blast to throw around track today. And I think one of the things that's really nice about it, especially after having the CT5 V Blackwing out here last year, is that it's very approachable and good for people of all skill levels. We come out here and Amos has the most track experience out of us.
Yeah.
And probably the most skill.
Would you like rev matching on?
Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like we said earlier, that doesn't come in automatically. There's a Miata on my tail. I wasn't planning on going this hard right away,
It's
but
okay, just do it.
Glade is pushing that thing properly. But I think anyone from Amos's very veteran skill level to someone like Brower, who's a few track days newer, they can all have fun with a car like this. And there's so much grip. It's a little greasier than it was at the start of the day.
Yeah.
But the traction control actually really helps take care of all that.
Yeah, it does. I was really impressed with that earlier. It makes things feel natural though. Still, it doesn't feel like it's like resisting. You know.
All of a sudden, it doesn't like kill the whole car.
Right. Yeah.
It keeps it in the spirit. All right, let's walk away from this Miata a little bit with some no lift. impressed with these Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. We got a lot of people running them today.
Yeah, pretty much everybody's on these Michelins. Oh, heavens. Why did you, why?
Dancing around with the feet a little bit. I haven't usually been going into fourth in that corner, but I was trying to get some distance from the Miata.
I gotcha.
And it's been taking the abuse all day wonderfully. Amos did probably 10 laps or so, 10 to 12 hot laps with just a small break in between. Any no brake fade, no tire issues.
Yeah. I quite like the seats as well.
I do too.
Track. They hold you in nicely, and I actually, my left side was getting kind of sore from all of the bolstering, you know, from going back and forth. So they definitely hold you in really well.
Well, and the good thing is the bolstering's adjustable, so you can dial that back if you'd like.
You know, I almost wish though that we had Alcantara on the seats so the butts slid around less.
I could see getting an Alcantara steering wheel as well.
Oh yeah, for hand grip.
The gentleman's material.
What did Tom say? The gentleman's material is not what you think.
Not what you think. Yeah. Very, very, I mean, there aren't too many cars that we could just come out here and throw like this and still be having fun, chatting.
Yep. And also, over the M3, it doesn't hurt my ears.
Yeah, the M3 is too loud with its stupid fake noise.
Yeah.
I don't think this does much fake noise, if any. I mean, I really think a lot of this is genuine drivetrain noise.
Yeah. Yeah, the M3 is like, it like makes your ears ring, and this just sounds normal. It sounds like a normal car.
Yeah. Get a no lift for Amos there. Some slide action. Which again is very easy to do, but traction control kind of keeps you in so that anyone can be a track day hero. Have a little fun doing it. I think I should be in race 2. Is that what I'm in? Yep.
Yep. So still on, but barely.
Yep, exactly. So I can do things like this. But it keeps me right there saying, oh, you shouldn't do that, little boy. That's not what you should do. You got on the throttle a little early. Don't do it next time, but I got you.
The sun is setting already.
Yeah.
Well, it's because we artificially put the clocks back.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
I honestly think that the CT4 V Blackwing is probably a better choice for most track enthusiasts than the CT5. I like the CT5, I'm glad it exists, and I think, kind of like you said earlier, it's a better car for like having around and making noise and driving on the street.
Yeah.
It's just cooler. It's bigger, it's fancier, it's louder, it's faster. I mean, it's just, they did a really great job with it. But this is more of a precision driver's car.
Yeah.
And I think people will get the CT5 V Blackwing, kind of like this gentleman who had a ZL1 Camaro today and even admitted that he might go back to an SS Camaro.
Yeah.
Because it's overkill.
Yeah.
And the 5 is overkill as well.
Thank you. Was that one-handed?
Yeah. Good family fun, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
If you want a car that you can drive to the office Monday through Friday and then drive onto the track Saturday, Sunday, this is a seriously good option.
Yes.
We're going to spend the rest of the week with the CT4 V Blackwing, see how it is in a little bit more of a sane setting, and get back with you in just about 30 seconds. Some new pants?
No, these have just been in retirement for a while.
Oh.
And they were my only pair of clean pants available, so I put them on.
Brought them out. Brought them out of retirement.
Brought them out just for the Blackwing review, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't. Oh, you do. Why
I have
isn't
parking brakes on.
But doesn't it usually release when? There you go.
Yeah, it
you
does.
just have to kind
Just
of
gotta
go.
give her the beans.
Yep.
Some beanage.
I was actually a little sad driving over here today
Why is that?
because I knew you were going to take this from me, and this was the last time I was going to get to drive it for a while.
Yeah.
And it was actually the first time that I drove it in tour mode, because usually I've been driving it in like a knob mode and
Yeah.
making a bunch of noise and getting the burbles and sliding it around.
I don't think I've driven it in tour mode at all since we've had it.
Yeah.
We've had it for like a week at this point.
Yeah, I hadn't until today, and I did, and it's actually really, really nice to drive.
Yeah.
And all jokes aside, it's a good example of why it's important to get these test cars for a week at a time, because today, for example, I'm not particularly jazzed about having to come over and film this. I've got a bit of a headache. I've just kind of like been this like dreary day outside. I was like, all right, let's just go get this done. And it's an example of having to go and drive a car like this in a very daily driving sort of situation. You're going to work, you're going to run errands, your wife tells you you need toilet paper, something like that, and you simply have to go get in the car and drive. And it was a good example of actually this, despite being such a great driver's car and so capable on track and fun to drive spiritedly, is actually a really nice, comfortable, smooth daily driver as well.
Yeah, well, it is a Cadillac.
It really is.
Yeah.
And we give Cadillac a lot of shit these days, but they've done a good job with this car. They really have.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is I would love, love, love a Pontiac that costs $25,000 less and has this exact same powertrain, general body size, layout, everything like that. But I don't need all the Cadillac-ness. I don't need the $10,000 of options and everything. I just want this.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
And I think there really are people in this sort of segment who want that sort of car. They're really, what they are is they're previous BMW owners. They're BMW E46 manual owners.
Yep.
And
well, that's me.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. And well, they typically make more money than you. But
that's fair.
Like they owned an E46 manual 15 years ago is what I'm saying.
So their E46 manual wasn't $1,000.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. Right.
Yep. They were leasing it.
Okay, I was confused for a second, but now I'm on the same page as you.
Right. And now they don't know what to buy because they want a car that can kind of do it all as a driver's car and a daily. And BMW's kind of left them out to dry because you have to get an M car and have to be a total douchebag in order to drive a manual from BMW. And the BMW manuals really aren't that good anyway.
Yeah, this shifter.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm obsessed.
It's
and
so good.
Just like the clutch and shifter action.
Perfectly weighted clutch, perfectly weighted shifter and throw distances. Listen to this in tour mode. I mean, it's a very pleasant car.
Yeah.
And
it's polite.
We're doing highway speeds right now, and it's so quiet.
Yeah.
Rides well.
Yeah. Oh, that's a car.
There you go. Nice C-Max slammed down in the back.
No, it's not an Energy. Oh, are you getting a clear oversteer?
We are.
You do oversteer in tour mode.
I will. Still have rev match on. Barely even hear that 3.6. This could be your on-ramp going into the office in the morning.
This is the most chill passenger experience I've had with Charlie in a very long time.
I will point out something that is a little strange is when you are in tour mode, despite this being a manual transmission car, there's no tachometer on the dash, but yet there are two speedometers. You get a digital in the middle and then an analog, but no tachometer.
Is there a heads-up display?
No. If there is, it might be disabled. Let me see. Oh, there is a head-up display.
Does that give you a tach?
Let's see. We gotta enable it here. No, it does not. It's a third speedometer.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's what is? Okay.
Someone's a bit lost.
No,
yes.
but that's exactly what
you need.
What you need
is a third speedometer.
Well, tour mode is for touring. Who needs to know what RPM?
I guess, yeah. And jokes aside, I mean, I guess now it sounds like it's a little low for 6, but I have made it this whole drive over and
without attack.
Car
hasn't broken.
No. Rough ride section. Quite good.
That's better than some SUVs over there. Does this have MagneRide?
Probably does. Yep. Yeah, it's got to, or else we would have been shifting around. How'd you hurt yourself?
The box wouldn't open, and then it opened very suddenly into my knees. It does have an air ionizer, so that's
good.
Good. And also has steering wheel, high performance.
Yes, we were able to do some high performancing with the steering wheel.
Did the steering wheel allow high performance?
It sure did.
You know what I think that means is you get carbon fiber on the bottom and you get a 12 o'clock in red.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Buttman has a black one on their used car lot, and it does not have the performance steering wheel. It looks very much like a regular Cadillac.
How much do you pay for the carbon fiber and the little piece of red right here?
Well, it's a package, so $4,900.
That's steep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but you also get sky cool gray with jet black accent with leather seating surfaces, so you get this white interior. You get the suede bits, gentleman's material, and the steering wheel. Oh, the heads-up display is $725 for a third speed.
I'm glad we turned it on here at the end of our loan so that we actually get to experience it.
All right. Well, it turns it on for Chris so he can
Yes.
view it. Where do I see? Oh, performance. Yeah, magnetic ride control, adaptive suspension.
We get to view my lap
cool. So is this your first lap out? Like
It was my first session, so it's not gonna be very exciting.
Oh, you're behind Q.
All you're gonna hear is the
Q's ZL1, yeah. This is very cool though that you have this.
Well, and it's cool that Chevy and GM Performance provide this, because you get to see all this data, and if you and me and Chris wanted to like compare our lap performances and make critiques, we don't need any sort of thing. You just get a high def recording on here, and this is only the medium recording quality. You can actually record even higher quality than this. Would you have this white? This envelope white?
No. I'd have the bright ass blue. Or red.
Yeah, red is good.
The red that the 5 Blackwing, I don't know if you can have this in that color. But the 5 Blackwing came in a really, really nice red, our test vehicle.
Yeah.
And I think that may be my favorite Blackwing spec that I've ever seen, because it had the bronze wheels as well.
I do enjoy having physical climate controls.
Yeah, you've got me heated up pretty high. You're very cold. Why are you so cold?
I don't know. I think, I don't hope not. I think just sitting at the desk for like 4 hours at a time, my heart just slows down so much.
Oh, you've been at the desk for 4 hours today?
Yep.
Are you doing administrative tasks?
No, some editing and actually writing the sound system's tier list script. I've made it into C tier.
Oh, you did a what?
C tier? C tier?
Oh, you're making another. I thought you already did that. You're making an updated video?
Yeah.
Cool. This is actually my first time driving this car in tour mode.
Yeah.
End the review in tour mode and pass this 04 Rich Navigator with clear outer taillights and red inner taillights?
Yeah, that's definitely not a drugmobile. Oh, there was a steering wheel cover on it too.
Oh, was there? Good. Yeah, that'll help the longevity. Yeah, this thing is chill. It's like you don't even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your body just goes into autopilot mode for shifting. You just like don't even consider the fact that you're like rolling through gears.
And you appreciate.
Oh, of course. Yeah, at this price point, it's a must.
I would say on some comparable BMWs, you certainly do not get that.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
You'll appreciate there was a commenter on a video yesterday, I think, that asked, that recommended we put a faux leather steering wheel wrap on our Maverick, because he does that to his vehicles and it extends the longevity, even of the nice leather wheels, he says. It keeps it from getting oils and greases on it.
Okay, so see, this is what I don't understand. Can I rant for maybe 60 seconds?
So I brought it up.
This is the whole thing about this whole, it extends the longevity. This is the same sort of thing as people that put those hideous leather bras on the front of their cars.
Yes.
It's like you're saving it for the next guy. Why are you saving it for the next guy?
Yeah, that would be like marrying a woman and then never taking her to bed because you were saving it for the next guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Preserve the longevity.
I would rather enjoy my steering wheel and have it get a little bit tattered and spend a couple of $100s to replace it if I need to for myself, rather than spend however much on a faux leather wrap for the steering wheel and look at its hideousness for however long I own it, just then to take it off for the next owner and increase the value of the car by like $300, $50.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, because you know this person's doing it to like on a Elantra GT or something like that.
Yeah.
I think this will make it into the top 8, probably, of car of the year.
Both Blackwings. This one more so, but both Blackwings.
Yeah, I could definitely. I know the CT5 will make it into the top 16. Top 8 will be interesting. We'll have to start mapping out the brackets.
I like the CT5 better, but this car makes more sense to buy.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason I liked the CT5 better is because of, a week-long loan, right? Enjoy your time with it and then send it on its way. But this is probably the one I'd rather live with.
Yeah. Well, and you just have to consider also how much more you're paying to own this. This is an achievable car for most middle income, like middle American type buyers. Like, yeah, you might need to save up, you might need to kind of be strategic, but you could do it.
Yeah.
The 5 is prohibitive.
Right. What is that right there on the bottom left, Charlie?
Oh, where did that come from? What's that doing there? I think maybe the steering wheel was too high. I couldn't see it. You still do have to admit, though, it would make a lot more sense to have it going around.
Yeah, no, it would, but it's there.
It is there. You're right. I think I have the steering wheel all the way up and I couldn't see it from the airbag.
That's probably what it was.
Okay. What would you change about this car?
The rear end styling.
Maybe after the LCI.
I don't think they'll do an LCI. I think this car is probably going to be done soon. I think they're going to keep this thing around. I hope they do, because it's fabulous, but...
They've already got the sunk cost into the chassis and the powertrain and everything. Why not?
Yeah. I just thought Cadillac was like, this is it for the Blackwing cars,
Where's this built?
There won't be a LCI.
Lansing.
Wow.
Let's take one more look at it.
CT4 VW.
It is a bit difficult to get in and out of, but not as bad as the Supra.
This is the wing, they say.
Cool. Well, hey, it's a little strange looking, but better ugly than boring.
Well, the front is quite pretty. It's just
I
the
don't
back.
think so.
Okay, well.
It's a bit too weird, the falling eyes and stuff.
50% of it is pretty. The back's strange.
Okay.
I'm forgiving it.
It's very nice out today. I thought it was going to be miserable when I walked outside.
I thought it was going to be like 40 and disgusting, but it's actually like perfect filming weather today because it's gray and it's warm.
So thank you all so much for watching. We quite like the Cadillac CT4 V Blackwing, and if you are into driver's cars, we recommend you check one out. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back at you next week with something else, and we'll see you on the next one. We're Chris and Charlie with Daily Motor, and as always, stick shift on.
That was a good one.
Thank you.